It's the hot spot. Tell them what you got. Welcome through the hot spot. Getting straight off the top.
Real is what do you say? We have winners and we have losers. And I'm sorry to say, you're 35, a woman, still single.
Uh-oh.
You're a loser.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry to say
Boy.
that, yo. You are a loser.
Well, wait a
Like-
minute now, J0. What if she don't want to get married? What if she never had a relationship? What if she's been proposed to by 4 different guys and said no to all of them? How is she a loser? She's been proposed to.
What are we on this earth to do, man, as human beings?
Well, that's an interesting question you have, and it's definitely perspective based. But from what I believe,
Humans are here for what? I mean, mix. God dang it!
I don't know. Human beings are here to continue on the human race, to be fruitful, multiply, to create families, and provide for the next generation.
Okay, and I understand there are women out there who can't do that. I'm not talking about them.
They're the extreme.
They're the exception. They're
Extreme
exception to the
exceptions.
rule.
Yeah.
That is by far the easiest thing you can do as a woman.
Get pregnant.
Get a man.
Oh, okay.
Have a family. Be happy. How is that hard? And if you're saying you can't find a man, bro.
Well, I mean, that's kind of where we come in. I mean, there's some men out here that are just pieces of shit. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, most of us are pieces of shit.
Let's be real. Like, I do feel for women who are the 1 out of the 10 that I was talking about. You know, I feel for them because they might be great women.
But we're not talking about the exception here. Most women have the easiest way of finding a man. Men have to do work to find a woman. Women don't need to do work to find a man. Wait, what?
Women might have to relocate. That's technically work.
You're killing me right now. Wait,
women
what?
Might have to make women. Imagine you're a woman and you're born and raised in some bum place in like Kentucky. Like, you ain't gonna want to marry. I mean, some women do, but if you're in some small, low populated area, a man might be limited. Am I lying?
How
good men might be limited in certain areas. I mean, women might have to travel out and find means of doing so.
How hard is that to do in this era?
If you're poor, very hard.
As a woman?
Yes. If you can't afford a plane ticket, how can you do it?
You can just download a dating app, and I'm pretty sure you will have a roster of guys who are looking for that Kentucky woman
to hook up. To hook up.
No. Okay. There's way more guys in this world who are actually looking for a relationship. Someone, just one girl who would just be a part of their lives. One, we were just talking about AI, man. We were just talking about AI and how men would most likely choose a robot.
Which means it's harder for a woman to find a good guy because
no,
most good guys aren't looking.
We just said that we have a bunch of guys on dating apps looking for a woman, man.
You said AI. You said most men would rather choose AI than women.
No, that was hypothetical. We were talking hypothetical. I'm talking about nowadays, right now. I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry. We just said that most men, most likely, in hypothetical world, if AIs were around, I would think most men will most likely choose the AI because it's hard for them to find a woman because the woman has that grocery list that does not meet to their needs because we are all average men. We're not making money. We're not making the kind of money that they're making nowadays. So these women, they get on this app and they have a roster. They have a football team axing them out and she don't even pay them attention, And like I said, remember I told you, even if you're successful or whatever, you still got to have the looks. You still got to have the genetics or, just because you have the money, that doesn't really mean anything anymore. You got to have way more than that because you can have a date with him, and he could be totally weird. Hey, girl, you wanna go back to my place and play video games or something? Like, yo, that's what I mean when it comes down to, there's a whole lot of things you still got to bring to the game in order to, get the bad girl or whatever, But anyways, going back to that, it's still way easier right now in this era for a woman to just find a man to have a good family. He can provide for her, because an average man can actually sustain a lifestyle and sustain a family, but it's going to be hard. But what I'm saying is that she would be happier, other than being alone.
Well, you said a little bit in there that it's harder for men now to provide for themselves. I think that's what you said.
Yeah,
in order for a woman to be that 1 out of 10, that I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you, I'll clean, I'll cook, I'll do business with you, business. But she can't just say that to any guy. You know what I mean? She can't do that to just the next guy that shows up. Like that's an earned talent, or not talent,
but how many men
that's what I'm saying.
Be in line? It shouldn't be really that hard for her.
But going off of what you said, that most men can hardly take care of themselves. What she brings to the table should be reserved for the higher men, because most men can't provide, doesn't qualify for that level.
But that doesn't make sense for her chasing someone. It's like a needle in a haystack when it comes down to finding the guy up there.
Would you say a guy who makes $35,000 to $40,000 a year should, when compared to a top 10% guy, should have first rights to the woman that's willing to do all those things for her? Which one do you think would be best for her?
Probably the average guy.
The average guy?
Because
explain that.
Well, most women want the guy to do all herself. So then when he comes down to the top 10% guy, he's more than likely he's going to have options. And more than likely, it's not going to be
now. Would you say she is common, or would you say she is rare?
She's rare, yeah.
So if she's rare, should she get with a common guy, or should she get with a rare guy? Because what she brings to the table is not common. Because we said the top 10% man is rare, and he should get the top of the women. So if she's rare, that means she's top of the women. So the top 10% guys should get her.
Okay, I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like we have to establish what's valuable to us. What's valuable to men is not the same to what's valuable to women. Women want the you know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, women want the grocery list that you're talking about. Men don't have a grocery list. Shut the fuck up. Like, just be my helpmate is what they're calling, right?
Yeah.
What do they call them? Not helpmates, but what do they call them? Pick-me's? Yeah, they call them pick-me's. Men want pick-me's. Pick-me's are winning out here.
Yeah.
We want to come home, food on the table, our back rubbed, our feet massaged. We want silence, and we want some action in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Any woman who can provide that and doesn't give you all the extra BS. And
so you're saying
that type of woman
should be up there.
Is up here.
Okay, so you're saying that only the top 10% should be allowed to.
No, I'm saying she should get the pick of the litter.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If she's up here,
she can
pick up
and, right there where she's at and up.
Right.
Yeah. But for men, if we're successful, we can pick as much as we want down.
Right, because most men
is she
going
to get the relationship that she actually wants when she gets with the top 10% man?
I don't. It depends on what she wants.
It depends on what she wants.
Yeah, it depends on that. But I mean, she's up
here. But
here.
She's asking him to be all to herself.
I would say if this is the chart of men and this is her, the rare woman, most of these guys over here want her. So she gets to choose out of all these men. Most likely, if she says, I'm providing all these great things that all you men want, I'm going to pick the one that's going to provide the best life for me. The 40,000 and under men probably can't do that. So she's probably going to pick the higher ranking or the higher earning guys, because the higher earning guys want the woman who ain't going to compete with them.
Don't you think that rare woman is going to come with standards as well?
I mean, not like the other women that have that stupid grocery list. Those are standards.
We don't know. Okay, so we're not. It's like we're trying to think.
Well, okay. So I mean, in terms of what they want, I mean, who knows?
I just think when it comes down to women, they have the pick of the litter, and I would say most women, coming, let's say, 21 and up, they have the ability to choose a guy, have a family, and whatchamacallit. I would say that is easy. But if you're still single all the way till 35, you have failed as a woman. You have failed. You must have let all the narrative, all these telling you, hey, be independent, empower yourself, girl. Hey, chase the bag.
Yeah.
Like
I would put way more emphasis on that than just saying any woman who's single at 35 is a failed woman. I think that's, even for me, that's a bit harsh. Like for just any woman. Now, we're not counting the exceptions. We're not counting the women who's been married.
Failure.
But this to be clear,
failed.
We're not talking about women who have been married and the husbands died. We're not talking about them, right? Like, these are exceptions.
Let's go back to the man perspective. Okay. If I'm a bum and I'm living at home in my basement smoking weed all day and not really contributing, what would you call me?
A bum.
You would call me a loser, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now, the woman perspective, you have lived your life, going through all these guys, and we're not talking about the exception woman. We're talking about the average about the women. I'm talking about the average woman. Well, okay, we're talking about not the exception, which you're talking about. If you go all the way to 35 and you didn't lock down a man, or maybe you were with a successful man and you decided, I'm going to divorce you. I'm going to get rid of you because you're not doing what I want you to do. You have failed. You are a loser. Why would I pick you? If you decided to live your life, you decided, it's kind of like the whole gambling situation. Would you listen to someone who's kept failing and messed up with money? And
I mean, I would listen as opposed to what not to do. Like, what did you do? I did this. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, exactly. You would go the opposite direction. So you got, I mean, you broke. That's what I mean. Like, it's totally easy as a woman to hook up with a guy, to get with a guy, to get in a relationship with a guy, to marry a guy. Because most men want that woman. Most women want a woman in their lives.
Most men cannot provide for a wife. Most men today cannot provide for a wife. Am I telling? The average income for men in this country is $45,000 a year.
45 to I would say 75.
No, it's 45.
The average man.
No, that you're talking middle class. I'm talking the average man in this country makes $45,000 a year. Middle class is 45 to 75,000, but most men are on the lower echelon of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to see the data for that.
Okay, I'm telling you.
But yeah,
average income for men is 45,000.
Definitely.
So
I would agree with that. Though.
Yeah, so $45,000 is in today's economy.
I'm just mad at you. Like, you're not agreeing with me.
That's some feminine. I hear what you're saying. And to a big degree, I agree with you. I would, but it's, I don't want to say it's coming off a way or it feels this way. I don't care how it feels.
They are losers.
Okay. Well, think of it like this. We come from the male perspective, right?
Yeah.
Most women say any man who makes $45,000 is a loser.
Yeah.
That's the average man today.
Yeah.
Would you agree that the average man today is a loser?
Yeah.
Yeah. What today would you consider a good man that's not a loser? Does it require six figures? Does it require cars, a big mansion? In your head, what's a good man today?
A good man is just, he doesn't focus on.
No, I'm talking about tangible stuff.
Tangible stuff?
Like something you can quantify. How much money he makes. Is
Well, you
physical
said
appearance?
45, you know, 35.
But I'm asking you. But you said 45,000 makes him a loser. So what would you say is a good man? Is it how much money would a man have to make to
become
to
a
fit
good
the
man?
no to fit the description of a good man? How much money is there a physical requirement? Is there like something that you can be counted and quantified? What would you
I
say?
wouldn't even say 6 figures even does it anymore.
So I'm saying, what is the list of requirements for a man to be a good man? And to you.
It's the hot spot. Tell them what you got. Welcome to the hot spot. Yeah, straight off the top.